Good day, students. Today's topic is how elections are conducted on St. Maarten. There is a lot of information about how elections are conducted on St. Maarten. So for the purpose of brevity, which is to be brief, I will give you some information about it. In the classroom discussion, there are much more information about how elections are conducted. As I stated before, I will just discuss some points with you. Elections are supposed to be held on St. Maarten every 4 years. That's one thing you need to know. The second thing you need to know is that before elections occur or take place, there is a day where all political parties have to submit the list of candidates. All their candidates that is running on their slate, on their list, another word for this slate, they have to present the list to the Electoral Council. Now, there is information in classroom discussion that tells you exactly what the Electoral Council is. I can tell you it's an independent body, and it also tells you about the functions of the Electoral Council as well. Then, after Postulation Day, we also have the elections that takes place. Some things you need to know about that too. Elections begin at 8 a.m. and it ends at 8 p.m. Now, if you are working and you finish your job leaves, you finish work after 8 p.m., you are allowed to have 2 hours to go and vote before your time that you finish. So your employer is supposed to give you 2 hours to vote in a case like that. Now, the places where persons, or should I say voters, go and cast their vote, that place is called a polling station. Now, we are divided into 20 different districts. So for example, if you reside in Cahill or around that area, you will go and vote in Cahill as a voter. And when you get to, for example, the place for many persons to vote in Cahill for the residents is mainly at Rahul Illich Sport Complex. So you go to the polling station with identification, either ID card or passport, and you present it. There's a group of persons sitting at the table, and they will call up your name, and then you go behind the booth. You have to use a red pen. That's the only pen that's there anyway. You use the red pen. You look for the person on the party. So for example, if it's the National Alliance, for example, you look for the person you wish to vote for, and you tick off their name, and then you exit the polling station. And also you have an institution or a body called the Central Voting Bureau. And Central Voting Bureau certifies the election results. They ensure the election process is run smooth, there's no hiccups, and so they're the ones that certify the election results, and they do so after 5 days. So these are just a few things you need to know, but there's much more information. And as I said before, I have submitted it in classroom discussions. You need to also copy that information that I have about how elections are conducted on St. Maarten. You need to copy that information in a file where you need to save it, because you will be tested on that in October Gospelin, as I said before. So you need to save that information as well. And you also need to save the information that is in classroom discussions about the Electoral Council and about the Central Voting Bureau. So please pay attention to that. So save those 3 items for future use for next month Gospelin test that's coming up. Thank you for listening, and be safe.